that string of words.
Oh, damn it.
I know.
Slip, slap, slippity, slam, boozle. There you go.
Yeah, close enough. Good job.
Yeah, it's
If you
really
can dodge
on
a
the
paddle,
Oh, you got it.
You gotta
was in
dip,
there.
duck, dive, dodge, and dodge.
the
Yeah.
7 S's. Slash, slam, stomp,
Shimmy.
shimmy.
Oh,
shake.
dude, yeah, shimmy,
so
that's
I
like
can
the
rack
ultimate
up
fight
my-
move, you know?
My viewer points.
Viewer points? Oh, no.
Which
I'm
are
at
now
13.9k.
I'm
I
at
think I'm.
24.4k.
Oh no, I can almost get a GM'd adventure. Hell yeah.
yeah.
I've
I've never had that before.
I can almost get 3.
I'm sorry, I
You
need to
spend a
tune
lot of
into
time-
these Terraria streams more.
It's okay.
Oh, dude. Oh,
See,
Dylan, we gotta play
Mo- Mo-
Terraria.
it's a-
soon.
I'm so
Moto
excited.
spends a lot of time, like, even during the prep days. Like, I'll just stop in for a second, he'll be hanging out.
Yeah, well, because
How
prep
do you
day on
do your
like
viewer
this
points?
week. What was that?
I have 1,400 viewer points.
Oh, that's not bad.
Also, I like how it's just like he's in there on prep day. I'm in there on prep days before he does any prepping.
True. Also, on Tuesday I didn't do any prepping because I did the prepping.
3 weeks ago.
I've had a couple weeks to buffer some prep. Although I will say,
Yeah, dude, it's all fucking Connor's fault too, you know?
So actually,
Jeez, Connor.
I was popping in to tell you that I have to finish up some classwork, and so
Awesome.
ha ha ha.
except jokes on me, I actually have to do that, but I'm gonna be playing anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Do the sacrifices.
I have to finish like.
Dude, he's a
3
sorcerer,
units
not an
before
occultist.
I,
Come on.
True. Let's say this has been
I
long
will
enough
say
that
this
my
is
notes don't make
actually-
sense. Oh
I will
no.
say there's actually nothing stopping a sorcerer from sacrificing things.
Yeah. That was,
I mean, that's true of every class, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do it. It just might not have an
I have
effect.
sacrificed lots of bugbears, you know?
You
For
think
no
sacrifice
purpose.
if you just kill them? I feel like there's got to be a little bit more to it.
I don't know, dude. Like, what is sacrificing a goat anyway? You just take the goat, you cut its throat? Hey, that rhymed.
I mean, it's got to be like 2 something, though.
Alright, I sacrifice it to, you know, nothing. Damn. Look at that. They
Whoa.
died for nothing.
All I know is that the game is paused.
It is
Paused.
true.
I love when teachers don't look at work that you send in, so you don't know if you're gonna graduate. Cause
Wait, are you about to graduate?
yeah,
Nice.
It's just that kind of year.
Yeah.
well, depending on if my teacher actually grades the work.
Well,
be
we all
just
know
not
that teachers
picking
don't
Connor.
actually look at your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got your
Reminds me of
name.
a Van Halen song. I wonder what the teacher looks like this year. Yeah, it's Grad's rendition of "Hot for Teacher" by Van Halen. It has literally nothing to do with what Connor said, but he said the word teacher, and that's, you know, triggered that response.
I live near an airport, so I am used to things going way over my head. So this is a good feeling.
I don't know how to get into the Roll20 thing, but that's not Roll20. I don't even remember what it's called. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I was like, well, you're going to
It's-
the wrong place.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Just
what
like
it's
I
called.
did.
I just know
So-
that Forge is a part of
Foundry?
the name, so I
Forge?
just look at Forge.
Yeah, if you do
Forge.
like forge-vtt, it should probably bring up a link to the game.
The game is private, and you must log into access.
Yeah, it'll tell you that if you don't have it remembering who you are.
Ah, shit. All right, where's the link? Dylan, can you just
Me
like message me the link
remember
real quick?
because I was in here last night doing stuff.
Can I what?
Can you just message me the link?
Oh yes. Yes I can.
Because it's buried so far up in the dragon's penis thing, whatever it's called.
It should be pinned.
What's a
I don't
dragon?
understand. What's a pin?
There's a pin icon in the very upper right of the chat.
But can you hear it fall?
It's pretty securely fastened, so I've never seen it fall. But
Ah,
probably not. Pixels don't weigh a lot. Also, despite having 2 weeks of prep time, my last prep document, until the one I made just today, was made on March 24th.
Well, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
It's a good song.
I thought you were a rogue in a cage.
Rat, rogue, what's the difference, man? They both scurry around and have sneak attack dice.
I feel like
True.
this song would be a lot shorter if it was a rogue in a cage. It'd be, despite all my rage, I'm still a rogue in a cage. Never mind, I'm out.
Yeah.
No problem.
True.
Sorry, I rolled a 5 on my unlock check, so I'm out.
The world is a vampire. Doom, 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 doom. That's it. That's the end of the song.
This is the karaoke stream, right?
That was
No, none of us are
technically
Filipino,
on
so, yeah,
Saturday.
that's cultural appropriation.
Wait,
Yeah, I was gonna say
What?
you missed the karaoke stream actually.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Asians have claimed karaoke now, so.
Oh, it's like
we're
a
too white
full-
to sing, yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
this is getting weird.
What are you talking about?
Asian karaoke.
Yeah, what song did you do for the karaoke stream there, Connor?
I didn't do anything because it was.
The only one you're allowed to do is My Way, because that's otherwise it's cultural
Ah,
appropriation. Yeah.
This time, I'm gonna let it all
Dylan did "Missed You" by Blink-182.
Okay, okay.
It was real.
Where
good.
are you?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. This guy gets it.
God, that's so satanic.
And he was talking about his love for Tom DeLonge.
Mario
The
did not
question is,
approve of the
Are
way I
you
sung
so
the second
sorry?
half.
I'm sorry. Are you so sorry?
I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight.
I need somebody and always.
Something voice inside my Ed.
why are
so
you
for
guys
those
like
just
this?
tuning in now, welcome to the weekly edition of Connor Sings.
Yeah, I'd say it sounds like a robot is
Robot.
reading lyrics. It is not the case.
Where are you? I'm sorry.
Look, the
It's
new
like the
robots don't sound like that.
you
So
guys,
that's some like Windows 98 shit right there.
you guys ever see Grandma's Boy?
Maybe once long ago.
It's
Well.
been a long time, yeah.
All right, well, never mind. You guys,
Sorry, I stepped away for a
the
second.
absolute worst. The absolute fucking worst.
There are a lot of references you're throwing out that I'm not there. I'm sorry.
It makes me a little sad, you know.
I
Dedicate
mean,
my
Grandma's
life. to
Boy
pop
wasn't
culture.
even that good, honestly. So
Get
it's
out.
fine.
Nope. Leave.
What are you talking about?
Grandma's Boy. He says Grandma's Boy. It wasn't even that good. What?
What?
No one else here knows what you're talking about, so obviously it wasn't that good. And I
It
agree.
was great. It was great, dude. Are you saying the popularity of a movie makes it good? I mean, because I'm pretty sure we all saw Episode 8 of Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure anyone in this room that I want to continue being friends with hated it.
Actually, I thought it was perfectly
Oh,
fine.
get the
cinema.
fuck out of here!
Ooh, okay. Well,
Anybody who's like, man, this movie sucked, just didn't read the fucking books, I guess, and that's fine. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Star Wars is kind of shit.
Wrong.
mm,
Wrong.
I
I had a whole
What
rant
do you
about
think?
how
You're in the.
Your lunch
Yeah.
money's about to get taken.
I
I don't-
don't think that's how Star Wars nerds work. I'm really very positive that's not
correct.
That's because they're not self-aware, of which I am the most self-aware of myself.
I
And
mean,
I
I don't know
like
if you're
Star
taking
Wars,
it on average or in
That does sound like a Trump
very
quote.
specific
These people
chunks.
don't have self-awareness. I have the best self-awareness.
It's true.
Lots of people are saying that.
I feel like the people who say that the like original Star Wars was bad and you only liked it because you saw it when you were a kid or whatever, all that stuff, they're just wrong.
I mean, that's what I was talking about, but
Okay.
okay.
I don't know what you were talking about. That's what I was
I
saying.
was
'cause
talking
I don't
about
know
like
which.
any of the Legend stuff. Like none of the Legend stuff was that great. It was all pretty medium, and all kind of like medium to shitty, and it was not very good.
Yeah, that's why I said the thing about on average because
I was gonna say,
Like-
are we talking extended universe stuff?
I
Because
didn't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know anything about the extended universe.
Oh, I
Okay,
that was
so
my
if you
thing.
guys don't know anything
yeah,
about the
I mean,
extended
Galaxy of
universe,
Fear was my shit when I was.
Like,
the
if you just-
Thrawn trilogy? Are you kidding me? That stuff's great.
That is also great.
I really don't.
But that
know
is
much about
the
these.
Thrawn
okay,
trilogy
so
is high end
how-
of the
like
extended
how
universe.
much of the extended universe is the Thrawn trilogy?
Like very
Um,
small percent. I would say
right,
about 5
correct.
books.
Yeah, right.
Which
around
is
there.
a little
Anything by
weird.
Timothy Zahn's probably
Correct.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And the
By my
Yuzhan
count,
Vong
it's 5
stuff
books.
was all right. And then they started introducing zombie stormtroopers, and I'll be honest, I kind of lost track.
Yeah, that sounds pretty shit.
There was a lot of
'Cause
the
I think
quality control
anybody
was
who
not there
read the
because
books was just like, I know exactly how episode 8 is going to end.
Yeah, but they didn't take anything from the books. I mean, basically, even Disney said the extended universe no longer canon. Fuck off.
Yep,
I will say
out of there.
that reading the books gave you a higher than average chance of guessing that there was going to be some fucking like clone Palpatine bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I hate that.
I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad if it had been like foreshown a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have been more if it wasn't just like also in the opening crawl they're like, oh, by the way, this is a thing. Oh.
Also, I honestly
right.
kind of would have been fine.
What
if
do you
had-
mean it wasn't foreshown? You just didn't read all the extended universe books?
I mean,
you didn't
I
read
guess.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start. I just need a link to the thing.
I
There's
sent
no
one
There's
in.
one in Lizard's Underground.
Yeah.
Literally the most
No.
recent.
There we go.
Yeah, Dylan, I
God.
just got the thing on Twitch. GM me an adventure.
Solid.
Yes.
It's turned off right now.
Oh no,
Wait,
it's
wait, wait.
temporarily out
Does
of
this
stock.
count? Does this count though?
Does
As
oh
GMing
well?
him an adventure.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can get it for free though.
No.
So
I buy the cow.
Alright, launch game. What the fuck? Oh, Eve. Oh, dude, should I be Helios?
do you want to be? He's level like 3.
Dude, that sounds like a challenge. I'm in.
Yo, so welcome back.
Hey guys, is there goblin? Oh god!
Why did the last section of this health?
Hey
class
guys
have to
is
be
like
the hardest?
literally the most Helios ever said. So if you said hey guys, that would be more character development than Helios ever had.
Hot take. There's a lot of hot takes coming out tonight.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you know me very well, but I'm kind of like the master of hot takes.
Wait, you make pancakes? Oh no, that's hot cakes.
Ooh.
Oh, my bad.
I want
I actually
pancakes.
hate pancakes, so no, I don't make pancakes.
What's up with this pancake cereal meme that's been going around, by the way?
Pancake cereal?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Not
Probably
familiar.
all my normie friends, to be honest.
Just that.
It doesn't
Pancake
matter if it's not
cereal.
Reese's piece of cereal. What's the point?
Dude,
Right.
Reese's Puff cereal was the shit.
Yeah. My roommate recently bought some and
Yeah, it still is. It's
I-
very good.
am struggling not to just eat all of it. They eat cereal very slowly compared to me.
Pancake cereal? You mean Cookie Crisps?
Nah,
not-
people are like making
Crisps
homemade
are
pancake
s-
cereal.
like,
It's like a
so
meme or something.
bad.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what
But-
these normies are doing nowadays.
Dude, it just really looks like Cookie Crisps. Without like the delicious part of it, you know?
It looks like a shitty Cookie Crisp.
It does. It really
Dude, have you ever
does.
actually seen Cookie Crisp? Like, the cereal itself tastes delicious, but looks terrible.
This doesn't look that great.
It looks
I don't
bad,
understand.
and it tastes
This looks
bad.
terrible.
What, pancake cereal?
Yes.
I don't know what the deal with it is.
Okay, Seinfeld.
It's like a TikTok thing, I guess. I don't know. People have been posting on their Snap stories all the fucking time.
This just seems like a lot of
Let's
effort.
see.
Those look like communion wafers, but with butter on them for some reason.
Why would you put
What
butter on your
is
I
cereal?
think I'm not
Alright,
into
alright.
this.
Communion wafer like cereal.
I want
for-
you guys to know, by the
for
way,
the good Christian.
I do not like milk in my cereal. If
Okay.
that ruins our friendship, I totally
Do you
understand.
use water.
This looks pretty good,
It's-
actually.
No, I don't put anything in my
Strange.
cereal. I like dry
just chunk it.
cereal.
That is,
Yeah.
it's fine. Depends on what cereal.
That's
Like
just
all of them.
donuts in.
Well, yeah, but are
milk.
there cereals that I imagine
But I
there's
can
cereals
get
that you just
behind
don't
this,
like?
though. This looks fine by me.
Frosted
Pouring
What the
milk
hell?
onto tiny donuts. This is disturbing. And
I
they
don't
have
think
the
those are-
donut holes in there. No,
Are
no,
they
no,
actually tiny though? They look
No, I
big.
think those are literally full size.
Yeah.
and they're just.
How,
Pouring
how
milk
big
on
does it
them.
have to be before it's like not mini anymore?
I'm just like not even remotely showing this to stream. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, no,
I don't get it.
those
I
are
don't
not
understand
mini,
what you
those
guys'
are-
problem is. This looks fine.
Those do look like tiny donuts. I will
These-
admit.
This is literally a standard sized bowl. I don't understand.
Dude, cereal itself already gets like soggy pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's why you don't put milk in it. That's
How
the
do you
key.
let your
There you go,
cereal
stream.
get soggy
There you
in the
go.
first
Or
place?
you just eat it fast enough.
Or you
Well,
just
the key,
don't put
you don't-
milk in it.
Oh, don't put a lot of milk. You
Yeah,
put
or
no,
just
put
like
any
a
milk.
small
Just
layer,
eat it-
and
just
then
eat
you
it
dip.
quickly.
You dip deep.
You
gotta dip deep.
monsters.
You put it. You put the milk
Monsters.
less than the top of the cereal. You don't cover the cereal.
Oh yeah, that's a rookie mistake, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
wasting milk at that point. If you,
Yeah.
I mean,
unless
you
you really need a
end
lot
up,
of dairy in your diet.
Wait,
The
how are
people
those
that-
pancake cereal? That's just donuts.
The people
Those are
that-
just donuts.
This has
Yeah.
nothing to like the pancake cereal thing has nothing to do with the donut cereal. The issue is you think these are connected and they are not.
Dude, I don't like the people
just
that
looked
use
up
like a lot of
pancake
milk in
cereal
and they
and
don't
mixed
drink
it.
the milk.
And donut cereal came up
Okay.
and I was like, this looks much
thing-
better than that.
The thing about either of these is that they're just, if you put milk in them, actually, they're just going to disintegrate
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
3 minutes.
You have
I
2
can understand
minutes
a
and 59
dunk.
seconds to eat pancake cereal and donut cereal. Get poppin'.
If you
That's all I have
try
to
and
say.
eat a
Mhm.
donut cereal in 3 minutes, you will die.
Yeah.
The
You-
the
who
universe
are
will
you?
punish you for your hubris. I've turned 30, so I'm dead. Like, if
Well,
I
I mean-
even look at a donut sideways, it's like your day's ruined, but don't even try it.
There's a, like, I don't know. Eating things that are disintegrating and just swallowing mouthfuls of them at a time sounds a little bit like, not exactly a choking hazard. You know, there's definitely that feeling where you're like, okay, I've swallowed slightly too much and my esophagus is not happy with me.
Mm-hmm,
It's like, it's not really stuck there, but my muscles, it's like,
Isn't that called the porn star syndrome?
What?
no.
And if so, why not?
That's a confusing question.
It
Ex-
really is. I thought that was when you couldn't get a decent plumber, you know?
Correct.
I mean, that it's the case of that was nice and all, but my sink still doesn't work.
yeah.
God damn it.
So,
All right, stream.
here
we are.
It does seem about that time. Would someone, everyone make sure your hero points are, wait, no. Did I say we were going to maintain hero points from last time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have like
We didn't
13
do
or something,
anything
I don't
last
know.
time, so
Then that's fine.
We should actually just turn this stream into you helping me with my health homework.
Well, here's
I didn't
point
know
number
health
one.
was a class.
Yeah, it's like if you see something that we would call donut cereal, don't eat it.
Yeah.
That's health rule number one.
All of these, like all of the other sections, have been super easy, and then this
Yeah.
one is super like biology actually, and not health.
So it's basically just the Krebs cycle.
Not really. it's
Yeah,
more
that's all I
just-
remember from bio. And the mitochondria is the powerhouse.
Yeah.
So that's like
Yeah.
fourth grade.
and also midichlorian.
Midichlorians, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Anyway, you can actually continue.
I'm not going
Midichlorians,
to
I feel
hand
like, are the
out...
shitty GM's way of like. Oh, continue.
Well, no, like, non-Star Wars midichlorians are actually a thing, and it's what the Star Wars midichlorians are,
Oh.
quote-unquote, based on. It's where the name comes from, and they both roughly have to do with powering things, but, you know, one moves a
saying
cell
whoever
around,
has
and
more
the
of them.
other moves a Death Star around. So this is not quite similar scale. I'm not. Yeah, would anyone like to do a recap for a hero point? We're gonna give that one out, but obviously not
Last
before
time,
starting ones. If
on
you're
Dragon
at
Ball
0,
Eden,
go ahead and go up to 1.
Gino went away for 2 weeks.
Oh yikes!
Who's that?
Here we go.
But honestly, I don't remember. Nathan, it's your time to shine.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's somebody else. Go ahead.
Dude, the center of Eden looks
alright.
like a donut. Just saying.
No.
Yeah, kind of.
And the River Keep is obviously the milk, right?
It looks like a bowl, kind of.
Well, I thought the first hill was a bowl and a donut.
It's like a donut in a donut. Okay, so last time, something that is important to know is that Eve totally gave Ludwig the key inside a chest that could not be opened, or could not be closed again once reopened. But then, actually, last time, we left, I believe. Did we do the fight last time on the road, or was that?
Yeah, that was last time.
Oh my goodness, that was a long
Right.
last time. All right, I'm traveling back in time. All right,
Also, Sonus, do your health homework and put your health at something higher than 0.
please. We let the general at Green Rock Hill know, hey folks, there's shady stuff, Salamander's dead, the people aren't happy, and there's somebody sketchy up by the boats up north there, hey. We reset the diplomacy bag. On the way down, we found some of Chaplain Brining's folks, and found out that he had got lost in the rot near Goodtill. There were necromantic sores among the group that we helped, but having the head of Salamander and knowing that let one of our party be the Emperor of Eden, we deferred action on the rot. While on the road, a cryptic owl mask lady reappeared, talked to Solace, and then I have notes that she has David Bowie, crystal ball skills, and told him, whatever you do next, make it wonderful. And then I believe she was named Kit the Jester, and I have Oh Lordy written next to that, so that must mean something.
Good.
Yeah, this is good.
I can see why
Solace
you were
and Ludwig
confused about your
discussed
notes.
taking the throne. And kind of landed, I believe, on Solace taking the throne in agreement. Along the road, we were ambushed by sand golems that were controlled by a person with brown eyes. We should be looking for someone that got deafened for a minute after some loud sound clap was made by Solace, I believe. Someone appears to be leaking information from the General Advisor's General Council about who to assassinate and where. There were some in-town in Eden shenanigans, but the important ones is that Eve and Seth went and had a discussion with Eve's father, in which she bragged about killing Salamander. Her dad suggested that we just get rid of the skull and not worry about it at all, and then Eve stormed out after hurting her dad's feelings.
Again.
The big sad.
Again, right, yeah. He was very sad. There was a loanful look back across the hall, I believe.
And Seth was like, yikes.
Yeah. Solace, Ludwig, and Sonus all met up with Ben Griff back at Solace's place. He has beautiful green eyes, apparently. Neat. The Ben Griff update was that there are smallish riots across the city, but nothing to the level of when they last arrived, and that the investigator for the guild's head's death has come to no conclusions whatsoever, and that Ben Griff has mostly just been kind of drinking it up, it sounds like, and printing pamphlets for Sonus.
Yes.
Sonus, speaking of, went to find some underworld information. People annoying to the council have been ending up dead with their throats slit, but it's been happening for a long time. Bankers have been inflating rates, and there's rumors around that brass folks have returned today, but it may just be us as the group. we have a long ass discussion about who to put on the throne. Consensus is maybe reached that Solace is to be the next ruler. And that's kind of where we are, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see. I could have faded that out a little better, I think. So, Ludwig, I think we're gonna open on you. Sorry, I'm stretching for a moment, and then I'll get into this. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, Ludwig, we open on you. It is morning in Eden on the bustling streets. You are walking through the streets, headed somewhere. Your friends are there, but we're going to focus on you. You are holding the skull of salamander in your hand. Whatever size it was before, it's currently about the size of the palm of your hand.
Ooh.
And as you're walking through, a voice stands out among the hustle and bustle of the city. And you kind of think like maybe you hear your name, and you look over.
Okay.
Welcome back. Sorry, we're opening on Ludwig.
Okay.
So yeah, you look over. You think you hear your name, and then you see someone who's like looking right at you. You hear, "Hello, hello, my fine goblin neighbor there," and he's like waving to you. He's sitting there on the side of the road, like people kind of passing between you. He's sitting on a rug with like a cushion under him. There's like a cushion next to him that's empty, and a cushion like out in front of him. Several others just sitting there. Said, see what the fates have in store, and he's like holding, kind of waving like a deck of cards, and like starts shuffling them.
Wonder if there's many things in this deck.
Is Ludwig going with the rest of the group at the moment, or is he just kind of on his own?
The rest of the group is there.
Okay. And is Blevin hanging around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. I feel a strange compulsion. I haven't tried this. Sometimes people say magic's very useful. Just hold on for a second. I want to see what these guys have. Come along, Blevin.
Sure, yeah.
And I'll
so,
go, if there's like a little place to sit, I'll sit with Blevin wrapped around Salamander's skull.
Yeah. When you start to approach, he smiles. And like kind of nods to there's like a cushion out directly across from him on the rug. He's just, starts just shuffling the cards, you know? And, let's see. Starts to like, if you sit down in front of him, he'll start to, like, cuts the cards. He'll start to place them down in kind of like an array in front of you. Like pointing different directions and such. I think so, Eve? Or Solus? Yes. Whoever asked that, yes, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he starts placing them down, and once the array is kind of constructed, he goes to flip one, and it's blank. And he goes kind of stiff, and there's a pause. And he kind of hastily flips another one then, and another. They're all blank. And he flips them all over, and he shakes his head as they all like come up blank, and he's like, I'm so sorry. And he starts to like grab up the cards. He's like, they've been like this since the gods were sealed away, you understand. And he kind of like makes a gesture that seems like it's towards the cushion next to him. You look over, and you see someone sitting there that wasn't there before. It's a boy in like kind of these white robes with like this heavy iron like shackle around their neck. It's got like chains that are going to the ground and just like into the ground. He's also blindfolded and just kind of like sitting quietly there. And when you look over, you're like observing this, and suddenly, and it's hard to tell which of these actions happened first, the boy's head jerks kind of towards your friends. The chains shake. He looks towards, you have a feeling, like without looking, you can tell he's looking at Solus. And at the same time, the fortune teller drops all the cards. They fly everywhere. scatter of blank cards and card backs with these like ornate card backs, and one that's sitting right in front of you, Ludwig, depicting a crumbling tower being struck by lightning. And
yeah, I think Ludwig would pick that one up and kind of show it to the boy.
yeah, I think
Are you
he.
trying to show me something? Is this?
I think he looks at you and he starts to mouth something, and then you wake up in Solus's home. Maybe with a start. I don't know. How do you wake up after this?
I think he wakes up and his hand's out like he was holding the card, and he kind of drops it and checks to make sure that the skull is not on him, like that isn't real, but
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you say? Did you say you like you set the card?
well, I had picked it up like in the dream.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think like waking up, his hand's like out like he was holding it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I mean, probably nothing there at this point, and just
I'm gonna say no, but that would have been cool. I'm gonna go with no.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
And yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
and
have
if
the
it's
skull
early
there.
enough, he'll kind of start, and even if it's a little early, he'll start doing his daily preparations and kind of thinking about what that might mean.
Yeah, and everyone just starts to wake up in whatever usual order everyone wakes up. I think Ben Griff kind of wakes up early and heads out onto the town. He seems to have his own routine, and yeah, y'all are free to act as you get up and make your preparations.
I think the first thing Ludwig would do is he would want to talk to Solace about a possible like description of this young boy with the covered eyes, but just like as a vague like, I've been hearing about this on the street, you know. Do you know what, like, have you heard of this? Is this a thing?
Sure, yeah. So Solus, I guess Ludwig approaches you with this question, asking about this chained, blindfolded boy.
Are you asking me if I know who it is, or?
yeah. Is that like a thing for your people?
Was it a human boy? It looked like.
His ears were a little pointed, but also yeah, this 3D dice mod is a thing. Let me know if the roll's taking longer is too annoying, and I'll just shut it off. Their ears are vaguely pointed, but they're young, and some of the differentiating features aren't like fully there.
I rolled a 31.
You did. Yeah, society check, sure. It's like not an uncommon depiction of like you've seen it on art and stuff of just like depictions of fates, or it's basically just a figure that like fortune tellers use as like one of the people who inform their fortune telling. And it's not like even really a deity exactly. It's just like kind of a
I think you're answering a different question than what I need to answer.
Sorry. What is your question then?
So this is a society check to see if I know a specific person.
You do not know a specific person.
Like if I know anybody who goes by that description.
No.
No, Ludwig, I don't know anyone who appears that way. I do know that if it... Well, I guess this is kind of assuming. But
I will.
to
I guess.
answer your question bluntly, I do not know anyone by that description.
Okay, well, thanks for the help.
And I think Ludwig, you're probably not unfamiliar with it. Like you've seen it
Okay.
around.
Yeah,
Especially,
I think that still makes sense that he would ask it as a maybe it's somebody I saw on the street. I think in his mind he wants to avoid that,
right.
but knows that this is probably a big deal.
And Solus, do you have like are fortune tellers people who hang out like near the gala grounds, or
Yeah, like be like probably elves or half elves specifically, because fortune telling is like an occult magic.
yeah? So
Definitely big within like the Abishin's wheelhouse.
yeah, so like Ludwig maybe would
He'd probably
Has-
look for somebody that has those tarot cards next. Yeah,
Sure.
to get a description of them, but that would not be something he asks Solace.
right, and I think maybe seeing these fortune tellers around near Solus's home might be like what. Aside from wow, Solus is smart, that might have also prompted you to go his direction with this question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if Ludwig could then go find one of these fortune tellers, and I don't know a lot about tarot cards. Would it be a problem for him to just kind of go through one and be like, oh, what's this mean? Oh, and then kind of throw the tower in the middle
sure,
of it.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, you can find a. I think you find a fortune teller pretty quick, and when you approach, we don't have to spend too much time on it. But when you approach, they like ask if you want your fortune told.
Sure. How much?
Well, just quick fortune. How about 5 silver?
Sure. I have no idea how much this stuff usually is, so don't cheat me, I guess.
He nods and smiles, and he'll shuffle a deck, and again, like, I think he places just a single card in front of you instead of like a full array, and he takes a breath, and he like puts his hand over it and closes his eyes, and then he like flips it really suddenly, and it's got like, it's got a picture of like a man and a woman kind of like embraced, and he's like, oh, the lovers, you're going to have. You might meet someone special today, or find your fated
Oh.
one.
Oh boy, is that okay? Boy, there's a lot of new things kind of coming at me quick and fast here today, huh? So just kind of looking through this, if you don't mind. So lovers, new people. There's this scary looking guy. Oh, hey, this tower one's pretty interesting. What's that usually mean?
Yeah, he'll nod, and he like gives a brief description of some of the cards and get to the tower, and he's like, oh, it's oh, by the way, his card bag just totally has like a boy similar to what you saw on it, but minus the chains.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, gets to the tower card, and he's like, oh, it's the tower. It's it means, kind of like tilts his head back and forth. It's like, disaster, destruction, upheaval, but chance for something new. New beginning, perhaps. And then he kind of like flips it upside down. And he's like, upside down means you're being held back by prior disaster. And you're not allowing yourself to move forward.
And it was right side up in the vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's really ominous.
He
Is there
raises an eyebrow.
a way to escape one's fate?
Oh.
In case I didn't want to meet someone special today.
Well, you could. Wow, this is not what I planned. But he's like, yeah, you could, if you had a certain plan of action, and avoid that plan of action, and perhaps your fate will be changed. Or perhaps it'll lead you directly towards the fate that you want to avoid. Perhaps you try to leave Eden, and you meet your lover at the gate. Fate is tricky like that.
That sounds like it. You know what? I think that actually does kind of help in a way. Here's some extra silver for your time.
And I'll tip him 5 again.
He bows very deeply and sweeps up the silver in the same motion.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I think Ludwig's definitely conflicted at this point. Definitely knows that the whole Emperor thing could go both ways now.
There's the button. That's not the button. So yeah, what do you guys like do from there? Do you head back to Solus's house then?
Yeah. I'm assuming we're gonna have like a kind of a morning meeting to chat through stuff and then maybe head down to the council to show off that we have the skull. Are we going to, I guess,
So, are we going to do this today? Do we need to find who's been killing these council people first? Because you're gonna be in trouble once you get in. You want a day of not being famous, I guess.
I think we should take the investigation into our own hands.
In that case, if we're not doing it immediately, Eve, you're very smart. And I'm sure you want to gloat about it, but I'm going to want you to be vague here. Is the skull safe right now?
She nods.
Okay. And there's no chance if, heaven forbid, God forbid you die, the skull is not going to be recovered by someone bad.
She's like, if I die, nobody will recover the skull. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah, I think we're good. Sonus, how are you doing? You ready to get these pamphlets out on the street?
Oh, you betcha.
Did we get Ben Griff to start printing those? I think I might have just told him like, okay, then.
Yeah, I think that's part of what he's doing this morning is like going to his printer friend and getting it copied.
Swinging on by the local printer press. Oh god.
Hey, you're going to be the biggest guy in Eden. Brass, who's that? Sonus has arrived.
Oh, I can't wait.
I guess, so I don't know if you guys have any leads, but I suppose we could follow up with, the investigator. See what he had. It sounds like he hasn't come to conclusions, but maybe he found a clue. Or maybe there's someone else dead.
That was my plan.
Someone else dead? Jeez, you work quick. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry.
Do you guys need anything to eat before we leave?
Oh, I have a feeling I'm not gonna have much of an appetite today.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay then. Let us be off. So where is the investigator's office?
He probably, I think he works for the Pikes, so it will be on the far north side of town, down by the river, kind of near the garrison, I'm sure. So yeah, you'll be able to make your way there pretty easily. It's probably like an office near where the head of the Green Stags was.
Mm-hmm.
So is that's where you're headed first?
Yeah, I think if nobody else has
If
anywhere
we're
else
gonna
they want to
head that
go.
way too, though, I want to remind Ludwig that, or I guess I'm reminding Nathan that like he has a golem guy that he should probably interact with at some point.
Oh, yeah, I don't have enough money yet to actually get that finished. In theory, he was going to take some of the price off, but yeah, we didn't get the core that he needed.
Oh, how much will it cost you?
A fair bit. I think it was somewhere near, yes, 300 for the repairs, and then if we wanted the core, we'd need 400 extra. If we brought back the ore, the core is free.
What kind of ore is it?
Kind of this, like, blue flecked stuff, I think. I'm not describing it very well. It's like blue stuff from the mountains.
So where do you think we'd get it from?
It's supposed to kind of be out by where the rat is. So, you know, kind of a tricky place to get to right now.
I don't know. We just slayed Salamander. Don't think we're all too much of a... Also, where's Rava at?
I think they went to stay at an inn. Probably like one of the first ones you ran past. Something in the Pikes.
Okay.
But yes, Eve, to your point, I do agree we should take care of the rat. I just, I think we might need to finish up here first, you know? Does it
Oh.
make sense to go running all over the place when, you know, we have a potential king here? Emperor, I guess. King? I don't know what you call them.
Okay, well, if you don't want to deal with it now, we can deal with it later.
Yeah, I think that sounds fine. I am interested, for sure. It just, yeah, that's gonna be a later thing.
So yeah, I guess Investigator Ho, unless somebody else has something.
I think that sounds good to Sonus.
For a minute, I was like, wow, did I really name them that? Yeah, so you guys head there. I think, let's see. Oh yes, that's his name. His name is not Ho, in fact. All right, so you guys head that way, and when you arrive, there's a lot of people, a lot of green stags like walking about, kind of in front of the garrison, and when you start to approach, I think someone like kind of turns and notices that you're, walking into the grounds, and walks up, just wearing green stag's uniform, seems low level guard, and just kind of holds up a hand. He says, "Sorry, we have an active investigation going on right now. We can't allow people walking through at the moment. Can you return later?"
No.
Looks uncomfortably at you. Then, can I forward a message to you, perhaps?
I need to speak with the investigator that was leading the investigation on the murder.
His
Councilman about... When was that, Ludwig? 2 weeks ago?
About that time, I think his name, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this. Marcel Atrona? Is that right?
The green stag nods. And he's like, looks a little surprised. He's like, "Oh, well, pauses. He's like trying to figure out how much he can say, and he's like, he's otherwise.
It's okay. We consulted with him on the case of the Councilman Libra.
Go ahead and make me a diplomacy check then.
Can I aid him?
Yes.
I will go ahead and say, excuse me. My father is Councilman Milo, and you're going to deny his daughter something that she is already entitled to. Oh, he's really not going to like this.
Both of you will go ahead and make your rolls.
give me one
It sounds like you're trying to intimidate him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Sure, intimidation works. I think
Okay.
they're all the same.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yike.
He's like,
I guess I stumble over like Councilman Kilo.
Sonus would step in and like, just pretty much be like, "We need to talk to him, okay, guy?" And let me roll.
he looks.
What?
I'd say these dice
wait,
are
no, never mind. Okay,
vile.
Still good.
I
Yeah, I
like
thought mine
them,
was gonna
but
get
it's like,
10,
oh,
and I saw the
no.
1. Yeah.
So is that a positive or a negative?
It's great. I like
Okay.
them so far.
I can technically speed them up if that. Anyway, so I think he.
Bonus is
Let's see.
flying. So I'm
Huh.
trying to figure out how to make my dice go fast like that.
So I think he like. Yeah. So the nice way doesn't really work out, and he looks thoroughly unconvinced, and then. Yeah, Sonus, you lean over him a little bit, and you're just like, we just gotta talk to him. We can't deal with your bullshit right now. He just like jumps back a little, and he's like, "Oh, follow me. Just try not to get in the way." And he like leads you kind of towards one of these like side buildings. It's like kind of a small one-story building, and there's like well, pretty quickly you see Investigator Atrona sitting outside, being like patched up with a heavily bleeding shoulder, like leaning against the building. And then there's like kind of a bundle of clothes sitting next to him, and the door is just like busted down. Yeah. And like as you're approaching, as you start to see this, the guard like turns around again. He's like, go ahead and speak to him. Just try not to bother him too much. He's been injured. There's an active investigation, like I said. Just try not to disturb the scene of the crime. And then he like turns and scurries
Solid
away
looks
quickly before.
Everyone in my party, do not disturb the scene of the crime.
Yeah, he scurries away quickly before someone can see that he was the fool that let these people in.
How well does Mars, I'll just say Atrona, Inspector Atrona, how's his bandages look? Does he look like he was actually taken care of?
Yeah, it looks like it's a well done job. You can just tell from like his clothes that there's like that, there's a pretty good slice that extends past the bandages, and it's like his clothes are soaked with blood a little bit there, but yeah, the bandaging looks actually good.
Investigator, you must be doing a pretty good job.
I think he looks at you and does a double take, and then kind of takes in the party. He's like, "You all, weren't you headed off somewhere, doing something important?"
We
We're
did
back
it.
now.
Yeah.
He nods and like looks at the bandage again. He's like, "I don't think I've found any leads, but
I think that would disagree, huh?
might have spooked someone on accident. I've asked a few questions."
Kind of
Then,
questions.
Just questions like, did the councilman have any enemies? And, well, did the councilman have any? That's really it.
To whom?
The list is long. He, like, puts a hand to his head and rubs his temples. He's like, I asked all of the banking employees at the tower if they knew anything about him, if he'd come around with any shady individuals, if, you know, they'd heard any rumors. Asked his private guards if they knew anything. Asked the council members. Asked the chef at the place where he ate frequently.
I see. Do you happen to remember your attack?
Do I happen? Yes. Strange, that. He's in, pretty close to this bundle of clothes, and he kicks it, and there's just, like, sand beneath it.
Hey.
Well,
Some-
son of a bitch.
Kind of creature I've never seen before, made of sand. Had a knife. Got me with it. 2 of them, actually. Another one inside.
Seems we have a common enemy, investigator.
Kind of furrows his brow. You've seen them.
This is the 3rd time, correct?
Yeah. The last time we saw them was, what, 2 days ago on the road?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, like, looks confused and, like, looks around at the ground. He's like... You didn't happen to kill the councilman, did you?
Oh, I don't vie for murder and chaos that much.
Ludwig sweats.
Would have made things less complicated. Someone trying to clean up the job, get rid of you, but oh well.
Something we noticed.
As Ludwig's talking, he will look at the inspector. Does he have brown eyes?
That's not
Dylan
how
goes
that
to
works.
its random NPC generator.
I don't know how to do a GM only roll in this. Also, I did it wrong. Hold on. Let me just here. Actually put a 1d20 in there. Okay, that did work. I just fucked it up. Let me just delete this. Okay. No.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, the sand people had brown eyes. Did you perhaps notice one of them looking a little more alert?
That privately rolled some dice thing is weird. Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
When you were being attacked and stabbed, did you happen to notice that one of these sand folks had brown eyes? Like, he looked a little more alert than the other ones, like intelligent.
I didn't really get a good look at either of them.
Too busy getting stabbed, probably, huh?
It was quite distracting.
Yeah.
I think one of them might have had eyes. I didn't see the color.
Well, someone is controlling golem killers, I guess.
That does seem to be the case. Brown eyes, you said?
Yes, I believe so. Sonas, I think you probably got the best look at them, right?
Yeah. He seemed to have brown eyes when I, unfortunately, was fighting him.
He like pushes the medic off of him a little bit and like gets to his feet and just walks inside. And yeah, after a minute, he'll come back out holding like a notepad that he is like writing on.
Your notes, if you don't mind, would you like some help with that?
Technically, I have to ask for permission before bringing in. He like looks you guys over. Civilian consultants.
I think you'll find that it's probably going to be okay.
Very well. Well, that's Commander Baird, and again, just immediately starts walking away.
Commander, what was his name?
Baird.
Okay.
You guys have talked to her before.
Baird.
Ah, Commander Bird.
I was saying we
Commander
must
Beard.
have. Antonia Baird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, name drop us. She likes us, probably. I think she likes us. I mean, we bought a fort from her. She should like us.
Very well. And yeah, he'll walk off, and yeah.
I guess I kind of asked a little prematurely. Are you guys okay with this?
I'm not going anywhere near that throne until this is figured out.
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna say
probably
there's
fair.
There's a pretty
if you
easy
seem a
way to
little
get
scared.
absolute permission to take all this guy's notes.
Yeah, that's where Ludwig is thinking like, I just let us go. Like we'll just be like, it was fine.
Yeah. So you guys have a minute to talk about it if there's more than that to talk about. But other than that, he'll return in a couple of minutes.
Do we want to take the car? We have a few from the folks on the road. I don't remember that we could tell much from it, though. I think we talked a little bit with Olaf at the golemery that we were talking about, and he was not super big on being able to track them or something. Like maybe we could find a way back, possibly. It was a little vague.
Or at least
I'm trying to remember
Nathan's
what
memory
level-
is vague. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what level we were. Probably
Y'all
like
were-
3 or 4.
Yeah, 4 at the highest last time you were in Eden. I think you hit 4 after the werewolves, right?
I don't
That
remember.
feels rightish, yeah.
Maybe we've learned something unrelated but applicable. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, so maybe if we get permission, we grab the core, follow up on that, see where his notes lead. I would like us to, not keep getting attacked by these sand golem thingies.
That would be ideal.
So sorry. After that, he will return. And yeah. I think he walks up to you, Ludwig, and kind of like holds out the notepad. He's like, "Permission granted. You're welcome to look over my notes. Any material I've collected." Then he kind of nods towards the office, and he's like, "Don't mind the dust. You're welcome to sit down for a while."
Great. You guys go ahead and do your stuff. I'm going to speed read through these real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what Ludwig will do.
Yeah. So
I'll just go off in a corner if you guys want to do actual, looking around.
yeah. Yeah. If you guys have anything you'd like to do or ask, let me know. I'm gonna write down some notes for his notes.
How much do we
Sounds-
know about like their actual movement abilities? Not
Their-
much, right?
Yeah, well, so like, two of them did literally jump off of buildings the first time you encountered them.
Yeah, like so the only way for them so they were in his house and they attacked him in his house. is what I
Well,
got.
so it looks like they bashed down the door.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay, well that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but that's good.
Thinking about the. Well, never mind. I think I know where you're coming from.
Because it would be a lot more worrisome if like there were no signs of entry and they were just in his house.
Right. So Ludwig, the notes say basically that part of it is the same thing you knew before, or just you re-interviewed all of the employees that work in the clock tower, and yeah, like a couple of the late night folks, like the guards and such, say that like yeah they sometimes left the door open for the councilman because he liked to go like up to the balcony. Well, not up to the balcony. They said like he liked to go up to the second story, which is actually pretty tall for a second story. It's like several actual stories tall, and just look out at the city. And like sometimes he would bring like a table upstairs and he would play like stones with another councilman or a friend or something.
Ah, yes, Stones.
Yes,
It's a game of class.
truly. And that's like mostly all the information they had. They understood that there was some discretion required, so they like found themselves occupied elsewhere when he was scheduled to show up. I guess like the one, like that night, it was not scheduled very far ahead of time. It was like one of the employees was basically told to just leave. You have a name there for him, and so he did, and then the councilman ended up dead, and that guy apparently felt horrible and is like currently locked up under certain suspicions, until he can be he's under investigation. Other than that, like he said, he interviewed several other people, including all of the council members, and got nothing interesting.
Great. Great. Also
like-
council, the chef.
Yeah, but the notes for the council members are like, everyone has their name listed, and it's like down the list. It's like at the top. He's got a little spreadsheet going on. It says enemies ? And then like a column, and it's just like don't know. Some chef, don't know. And then yeah, basically don't know down the line, and like random joke interjections, some of which are scratched out. I guess another thing to note is that they've all got dates, and I can give you some of them like he couldn't get a hold of for a while. So let me get you a list of like dates for that.
Of his interviews.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm looking through these. I guess we could probably talk to the employee that opened up the roof. I don't think we ever did that. The council members all appear to be dead ends. Heh. Dead ends, not dead friends, am I right? I don't know about that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It seems like he was just attacked for asking. It doesn't really look like he was onto anything.
Any suspicions?
I think they all did it. I remember reading the story about this very big coach and the guy died. And at the end, the inspector was like, whoa, everybody killed him a little bit.
So you're saying every council member alive? He did it. Well, I wouldn't put it past them.
I guess we could go talk to the employee and see if he remembers who told him to go away, but I mean, it was probably just the council member who died. When you have a moment, investigator, about 2 days ago when we were attacked, the assailant was deafened quite suddenly and loudly. It's possible that it might have had some feedback. Do you recall anyone, like, with earmuffs or something the next day, like they had been hurt?
Yeah, he kind of raises his eyebrow and shakes his head. He's like, no, I haven't done many interviews the last 2 days on this case. Been trying to do research.
Yeah, it's kind of a long shot. We could also talk. Did you ever get in touch with Alram Chamble? It looks like another member of the banking industry, a friend of his, maybe would have gone up to the roof somewhat frequently.
Yes, head of the banking guilds. Apparently that was his frequent Stones partner. Did speak to him very recently, a couple days ago. I don't suspect him, but
Whoops.
are you back?
I never left.
Okay.
What happened was that I accidentally held Alt and rolled my wheel mouse.
Oh, it's the okay.
I don't know who left. Your brother left, though. Your brother disconnected. It appears. And so did Nathan.
I'm still here.
And if I had a gander, Dylan is probably next.
No. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm far enough that I'm okay.
From what?
Whatever like Discord or AWS instance like went down for Connor and Nathan. Maybe I should. I'm gonna try. Oh, Connor's back. Ish. Maybe I should try swapping servers anyway.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so the website works, but
Okay. Weird.
yeah, it says issues connecting. And messages join.
Gotcha. Your voice is a bit choppy through the website, probably because the sensitivity settings are just not the same.
David.
Hello.
Right.
This
Right. Said it wasn't gonna work. It worked.
Oops, that is everything. Maybe I should paste this in not Discord, huh?
Well, I mean, I could get to Discord now.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Saying
through
my-
Chrome, yeah.
my thing's still choppy.
I think it's okay now.
Okay.
Right, where were we when we...
Yeah, you were asking if he interviewed Alarim Shamble, right?
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, shoot, did I say yesterday or 2 days ago? But he interviewed him like 2 days ago.
And I know that is odd because last we knew, Shamble had not been seen for a while.
Yeah,
That
right. He was like
a
unavailable
truth.
for whatever reason. But that's why it took so long. So, like 2 days
Gotcha.
ago, he interviewed him. So, yeah, he says like, yes, I talked to him 2 days ago. I don't suspect him or anything, but that was the first he was available. He was out of town on business, so seems unlikely. But
Everyone
Shreds.
else was pretty well before that.
Well, Council Member Tetianus is somewhat aloof and hard to get a hold of, so just yesterday I spoke to her. As a matter of fact, most of the council members were hard to get a hold of. Only Prince Sylvian and Flavian Senecio were contacted immediately after. Most of them
Prince
have...
Sylvian's
I
the
don't
fellow
believe
that
that-
we talked, right?
I
Yeah.
don't believe that Sylvian has much to do with this scheme.
Investigator nods. That is my impression as well. Seemed rather bored by it.
His aspirations are much higher than killing other council members.
On the contrary. Yeah, never mind.
And Flavian's the leader of the guard, right? So, you know.
Leader of the Emperor's Guard. Gonna-
Okay, yes. I mean, he's not doing anything these days, so, that's, you know, idle hands and all that.
Go on. Never heard this one.
Oh,
You goblins have really interesting phrases.
yeah, it's, idle hands collapse the tunnels. 'Cause you, like, just start pulling at beams and stuff. You don't have that, I guess.
Nope. Can't say I've ever worked on a tunnel.
Oh,
Guess
you
that's
should
proper
try.
work.
It's kind of like relaxing in a way. Well, until it collapses, then it's really not relaxing.
Smash cut to just some like dynamite going off.
Yeah.
To blow out a cave.
So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm kind of leaning towards this Shamble guy. But I don't know.
To be quite honest, they're probably all guilty.
Yeah, I guess.
I think.
Suspect one of them is more guilty, though.
And I think the investigator's just like shuffling through papers, doesn't even look at you. He's like, helpful speculation.
Oh, he got you. I don't know. What do you guys think?
You know what I think.
Oh, yeah, I know you would kill all the council members, but it may not be them.
And now he looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, why would you say that in front of the fucking dude?
It's metaphorically.
I would not kill a single council member. My father's on the council.
That's
I
That is
have
true.
heresy.
DM, I have a question.
Sure.
So the spell object reading.
Yes. Looking it up.
You place a hand on an object to learn a piece of information about an emotional. I guess the activation of a golem is not technically an emotional event.
Probably not exactly, but like, let's see. You place a hand on an object to learn a piece of information about an emotional event that occurred involving the object within the past week. Determined by the GM. If you cast object reading on the same object multiple times, you can either concentrate on a single event to gain an additional piece of information about that event, or you can gain a piece of information about another emotional event in the applicable time frame. Okay. Oh wow.
I'm just
some
going
of
to
these
say
extensions are
golem
neat.
activation is not necessarily emotional.
I would say you are correct. Golem activation is not, for someone who's got so many, probably not a big deal.
Thank you very much, DM.
Yes.
Oh shit. I accidentally hit the scroll wheel again.
I mean, Shamble, that guy's kind of suspicious sounding to me. But we could also, you know, put a couple irons in the fire. Eve, you're sure your father's not behind this, right?
Is the guy still there? Like, are you having this conversation in front of him?
Oh, sorry, Count. You know everyone's a suspect. He asked us if we did it. It's fine.
No, I
Tell me now, just give like a wink.
No, of course not. I don't think my father's behind this.
I tell if you're just that, you know, because he's here now. We'll talk later.
If any of us were present during the...
I think when you're like whispering, and sorry, go ahead, Connor.
Oh, just make it done.
Okay. I think when you start whispering and being kind of a bickering a little bit, I think he loudly sets his papers down on the desk and he's like, "Well, I've had a busy morning. I'm gonna go get lunch." And he just leaves. It's like, "Feel free to continue your discussion." And then he like looks at the other green stags around. And he's like, "Let them be," and they start to disperse. And yeah, he'll like just head
That guy's
towards the gate.
brave.
So,
Getting food to eat right after he got stabbed. That's pretty gutsy.
this is kind of a crazy gambit. What if we just put our claim on the throne, and then if we got attacked, we just, you know, let us get attacked? I don't know. It's not a very good plan, but
It had crossed my mind.
Well, if they can't kill Salamander, then they definitely can't kill us.
Don't think these Zend creatures were trying to kill salamander. First
I
of
also
all,
truly don't believe that these sound constructs would have had a chance.
Why would they
bit.
start killing council members now?
I'm not sure this is brand new, if I'm being honest. Unless you were talking about this last night, I think.
Yeah, this has been a tradition in a way. Though I think that this is the most I've seen. And certainly the most I've cared. But if you don't mind, I need to acquire some supplies for the future.
I think you're probably free to
Sorry,
do that.
my Discord just freaked
no.
out. Let me drop off out of here.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, it's back on the desktop. Okay,
Cool.
great.
All right.
We're great.
I'm trying to find my fucking character sheet. Like I closed it and then I backed out and then I opened it again.
Yeah.
Mine also came back, so I'm gonna switch with that.
Sounds good.
Nice. It may have auto done. Oh, he's gone.
It did auto do it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey. Yeah. So I don't know.
I guess Discord just hates the Midwest.
Yeah. I guess I get it.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Jealous of all our cheese. So yeah, was Solace, did you have something you were thinking of doing?
I'm gonna go acquire some scrolls of Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fucking good idea.
I have one.
You do. It's true.
Okay, but how many suspects on our list?
Back.
Yeah, if we include
1,500?
Well, yeah, there's that, but I think if we start going backwards through the dates, that would probably get us pretty close.
Either way, I would still like to have them.
Although I will say, you might find it difficult to get a council member under one of these zones. You know, it's one of those of that would probably not go over great. Oh, yes, but Eve, just to be really sure, your dad, you can just say yes, no.
I was
The guy's not here anymore, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
guys are
left.
alone. He was like, I'm gonna go get lunch. All of you asshole guards, leave and let them talk.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I can't be sure anymore, to be honest. I grilled him about it last night. He said he truly had no idea. Seemed sad when I brought it up, to be honest.
Well, I mean, that. I could see angry. Sad's kind of a tough one, you know? Most people, when you confront them with something they did, they don't get sad. They get angry and defensive.
Well, my dad didn't get on the council by being
also there's no reason for him to be angry if there's nothing for him to hide.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might not have done it if he's just a sad sack.
Maybe, I don't know. I think he knows a little bit more than he's letting on, though.
Is that an avenue? Or do you think that's close to us?
I think it's. I don't think. If he didn't tell me about it last night when I told him about everything, then I don't believe he'll tell us now.
That's fair. Well, I'll be honest, I kind of still lean towards the Shamble guy. It's suspicious that he was gone for so long. 2 days ago he was interviewed. I mean,
Look,
that's about the time we were doing stuff. And
I'm
got
willing-
attacked.
I'm willing to investigate anybody. As far as I'm
What does-
concerned, none of these people are innocent.
Do we know what Chamble does? I have a feeling we had this question answered. I don't
think-
remember it.
Yeah.
So like, Chamble. God, what's his name? Dead man.
Cassius something.
Cassus Libra.
Cassus.
Chamble and Libra are both like elected representatives of their guilds to like represent their guilds on the council. So that like is their job.
Right, but like, what is Chamble's guild?
Banking.
Okay, so they're both banking guild members.
Libra was Merchants Guild.
Okay.
It's confusing. Got killed in the bank. So
I mean, yeah, now that I think about it, your guy gets killed in the bank.
Hold on one second.
He's his friend. Oh.
I like that Ludwig in world. Just like, oh, Eve gets distracted by something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Blevin, don't knock that over. That's full of ink.
That would be bad. Knock it right
Yeah.
on all the notes.
Yeah. Blevin hisses at him, tips it over a little bit more.
No, Blevin, no.
You guys just leave, go do your thing. Investigator comes back and just looks at just the ink spilt all over the papers, and he's like,
I think I know my first decree as emperor.
"Oh yeah."
I'm gonna have the entire council.
The entire council removed. Is that what you said?
No, I'm gonna have the entire council room just covered in a giant zone of truth spell.
Oh, that's not bad. Maybe that is
That's
bad.
an
I
interesting
don't know.
idea.
Yeah. It probably plays well with the people.
Yeah. Well,
also-
Zone, you just have to not lie, right? You don't have to tell the
no,
truth.
no. In Pathfinder Second Edition, the way Zone of Truth works is that it makes you worse at lying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like if they fail, they can't lie intentionally. If they succeed, it makes them worse at lying.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Sorry, I'm back. My cat just threw up all over the ground.
I see.
gross.
Great.
Gross.
That is pretty urgent.
Been there, man. Been there. Oh, but they can still just not answer the question, and they can
Yeah.
evade.
But there are multiple ways to like make people talk. Like you can demoralize them into talking, and like
Mhm. Right.
because you have to remember there's like an entire social
Right.
tract to make them do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
I do like the idea, though. That's really cool.
Oops, wrong one. Ludwig, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Ludwig, you were
Yes, I
saying-
was. Sorry, I was just saying that Alrim Shamble had been interviewed 2 days ago, which is about when we were attacked. The guy was killed in a bank. He was mysteriously vanished at the time of the death. I mean, maybe we just started the obvious one, you know?
All right then.
I don't particularly. There is no way for our assailant to know that we would be back on that day.
It's a fair point.
But I mean, we can always go down the list, and if we get attacked by more of these sand creatures, we just
Actually, that's a thought.
If we think about who was at Green Rock Hill,
Yeah.
were there green stags there?
Yeah, mix of green stags and like River Legion.
I mean,
If we're talking about, and I assume there would there have been like merchants and other guild members there?
Probably not. Still kind of an active combat area.
Okay.
actually, Solace, yes, you raise a very good point. How did they know we'd be on the road? I mean, it could be that the green stags are, behind it. And this is all a clever ruse, just to, lead us away from them. Attacking their own. It could be Antonia.
And Antonia is conspicuously absent from the list of people interviewed.
Well, why don't we go interview her ourselves?
isn't she sort of low on the totem pole or something like this?
No, she leads the Green Stags, right?
I mean, she's their commander, but
That's
I
true.
don't.
She
I don't
does
know
lead
if that
them.
actually means anything.
They do not have a seat on the council. So depending on
all
what
the more
you're...
reason. If they are low on the totem pole, maybe she's trying to move her way up in the world. Like those lower noble houses always try and do, you know? They don't understand that old money is old money for a reason.
Sometimes old money gets slow and tired and then gets eaten.
What?
Oh, yeah, we used to have these little creatures underground that... Yeah, it was kind of like that. The old ones were in charge until they got a little too slow.
Well, we're not goblins, we're civilized people.
Oh. Wow, that's a sick burn on Ludwig, I guess.
Burn, what are you talking about? Oh, You meant... No, I was just being honest. We're...
Every
I-
day I am reminded
better
why
stop
you...
right
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe you aren't definitely the leader.
Maybe there's a good reason we don't put Eve on the throne.
Yeah, I'm feeling that right now. You don't want a
Damn.
lot of angry goblins that you trust me. I've lived that life. It's not good.
No, goblins are fine. That's pretty barbaric.
Oh, these were all, scholars and whatnot. That's the scary ones. They get creative.
That's still pretty barbaric to let them die like that.
The creatures?
No, never mind.
This is definitely a conversation which I feel like Ludwig and Eve both have their own conversation going.
Yeah,
at
Yeah.
different times. It's like, man, they're just missing each other. So close.
I kind of love it.
Do we want to all go together? Do we want to try and have one group go towards Shamble, one towards Antonia? What are we feeling?
I don't know if you ask this, but if you do,
Sure.
you would suggest, well, if we do run to the assailant, then I'm sure they're gonna have a lot more than just one of those sand things. Wouldn't it be wise to have the entire group together?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I read a book
I
once. It
do.
was called Never Split the... Oh, I never forget the last word, but it was a good book.
It was, never split the log.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, it's all about how it's very strong together, but then you split it and it's firewood.
I don't think that's what it. I don't think that's what it was about.
Hey, who moved my log?
So that still leaves the question of where.
Yeah. We are by the green stags. I guess we could go there first.
Yeah, the building
Again,
is literally
Ludwig will
like
let you guys. Ludwig's staying out of it. What do you guys want to do?
Antonia Baird's office is right across the yard right now, so it is right there.
If you think that she's a viable suspect, we may as well since she's here.
Yeah, it works for me. Let's go pop in on Antonia.
Okay.
Okay, who talked with her last time? I think it was Sonus and Ludwig. Is that correct? Or did we? No, we all talked with her because we bought the fort.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time it was everyone. So yeah, you guys walk over there, and yeah, you're let in. They lead you to that same office, and I think like, your presence is announced, and Antonia Baird like stands up and nods as you enter. Filter in. There's like a couple of seats where you guys can sit down, and she shakes the hand of whoever walks up first. Says like, "I've already given you permission to participate in the investigation. Is there something else you need?"
Ludwig looks towards the other three.
Go. I don't know what to say.
The thing
He was
is,
just
like,
gonna like think for
I
a second,
don't-
be like,
I don't think that Antonia. So like, Solace doesn't feel that Antonia is a viable suspect. That's like
Eve's
doesn't
like,
make a lot of sense to him.
have you killed anyone important lately?
Oh my god!
She's like starting to sit down and then like stops and like looks at you, finishes sitting down. It's like, not that I can recall.
Eve, like, as she's like preparing a response, Eve looks back at Ludwig and gives like a thumbs up, sort of.
You're
Ludwig
doing
just-
great, sweetie.
Just this rubbing his forehead.
Antonia, what color are your eyes?
she like looks at you. They're like blue. She just says, "Blue."
All right, I've seen enough. It's time to go. Sorry for this uncomfortable interview.
Yeah.
Well, she did offer us a seat. It could have been a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. Ah, boy, I feel like I should have something for this, but I'll be honest, I liked reading the books, like the detective books. But since you just are like, why don't I read to the end? They solve it so easy.
She kind of like scoots her chair back into her desk. She's like, "I wish you luck finding the culprit. I'm..."
Culprit of what? We didn't even mention anything.
Uh-huh.
She
Wait, we told her we were
Stares at you.
investigating.
Yeah, we didn't mention anything about a culprit.
Perhaps I shouldn't have granted permission after all.
Hey, you know what? We're definitely going to distract people from your investigation. Think of it that way.
That is true.
I guess just be careful. You don't know if these folks attacked. I guess, actually, I'll ask. Do you trust your inspector?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that's good enough for me.
Whoa. Just that easy? Why do you trust your inspector?
Does good work. Doesn't have
Yeah, but
ties to. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
yeah, but just because someone does good work doesn't mean that they're free from all blame.
Do you. Do you have reason to suspect the inspector?
No, but I'm just not ruling it out that easy, you know?
Have you interviewed the chef selling food on the street across from the yard? Or your neighbor? Or
Ludwig's writing it down.
the mailman?
It's a mailman, of course.
Solace
A whole lot of
after,
people
like,
to rule out.
Solace after realizing that nobody fucking followed him to leave. Comes back inside and is like, well, what are you doing here still?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, let's go.
It's not like we've closed in on a suspect and they've escaped us. We have no idea who has done this. We have more than just the inspector working on it. None of our people have disappeared. None of our people have lost a lead or anything like that.
You must forgive my compatriots, Commander. They are young and over-suspicious.
Don't know about that, but alright. Young, I'll take.
Adventurers have their strengths. It's not a surprise that this isn't one of them. She goes back to, like, writing something.
Oof. A lot of sick birds
Adventurers.
coming today.
I like looking at that. Oh, but also filthy rich adventurers. Well, adventurer.
Oof. Alright, away! Let's go talk to Shamble,
Alright.
I think. Yes.
I think, yeah. Where do you stop by first to look for him? Let's put it another way. It makes sense to start at the council building. Unless you have somewhere else you'd like to check.
That seems as good as any to me. I don't know about the other folks.
Yeah, that works.
Sounds good.
Sure. So yeah, you guys head to First Hill, head to the council building, and at this point, the guards up front start to stop you, and then they see who it is, and they look to each other, and one's like, "State your business."
God, these people need to learn some respect. You'll teach it to them, right, Solus?
I just mean state your business so we may inform the proper council members of your business.
Oh, we need to talk to the council member Shambles.
I think he looks at you when you say shambles, and he's like, Shamble, Councilman Shamble.
Since that's what I said.
This way, and they open the doors, and one of them will lead you through to him, and yeah, they lead you to, they have like offices here in the council building where they, work. And you are led to that office, and the guard knocks and says, this Lady Milo, wow, just blank. Lord Abishan, to speak to you, sir. And voice, there's like a delay, and then just like a, sure, let them in.
I'm gonna look at Ludwig and be like, you take the lead on this one.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, you walk in, and this is more comfortable than the office you were just in, I would say. Very, like, a well-decorated desk. And, like, roomy. Several chairs, and, like, a couch. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a living room-sized office. And yeah. He kind of stands up and gives, like, a nod of his head. He's like, I heard you all were back in town.
Have we met Shamble before? I guess we might have seen him on the council.
Yeah, when you guys were there and convincing them all to have a vote on the head business.
Okay, gotcha. So he was there for that and then kind of buggered off before the murder. Gotcha.
He voted in favor of you guys of your proposition.
I like this guy.
Alright, my apologies.
Problem.
Something council building. First place to go.
Yes, you are in the office, the roomy, comfortable, carpet-laden office of Alram Chamble, and he just stood up, nodded to you, and said, "Shit, what did he say?"
I did it. It was me all along.
Not
I
quite.
think-
He was
What is it?
Dang
Is
it.
it interdimensional cable?
he was basically welcoming you all back to Eden, and yeah, follows up and says, "Did you have luck on your mission?"
No spoilers.
I was like, that would be telling.
He looks disappointed, and then gestures to the seats and sits down himself. It's like, well, you're coming to me first before announcing your results. I suppose it must be important.
Actually, we're here for other business. My friend Ludwig has a few questions for you. If you don't mind answering.
He
Don't worry.
looks between
Don't
you
worry,
and
wh-
is like, who
This
is
is-
Ludwig?
This
Oh,
is
hi,
good.
over here.
This is good cop, bad cop practice, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll.
For when we eventually take over the throne, and you have to be the good cop.
He looks between Sonus and Ludwig, and then Ludwig, you start to speak up.
Yeah. 11 coughs for me.
Yeah, down here. As you're aware, we need to say we're sorry we didn't get the chance. Your friend, Casus Libra, he passed somewhat recently and abruptly.
He,
Um,
his face darkens and he nods. He's like, I heard. I was on my way up to Lunderkirk, and runner caught up to us.
Oh, the Underkirk. Interesting. Yes.
Yeah, he kind of looks into his desk and he's like, I hurried back for his funeral.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just taking notes. I like to keep a little diary so I can remember things. You know. Do you know? He often would play games with you. Stones, I think you call them, up on the roof. Do you know, were you the only one who did this?
Not the only one. I instructed the workers in the bank to let him come and go as he pleased. Sure, I know he brought other friends. The occasional romantic interest.
Hank,
It's a good view.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was that?
is he married?
Cassus?
Do we do a
Dead man?
society? Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Correction was.
Was he married? I'm just basically trying to figure out if he was married at the time of death.
Yeah. Not that you are aware of.
No. I don't say anything then.
The secret is that nobody in this place gets married. They all just fuck each other.
It's a good way to relieve tension.
After a particularly contentious vote,
Yes.
all
Yeah,
no holds
they just-
barred.
there's just
All-
a
all
huge
shouting
bubble
matches.
board.
There's a giant
yeah.
orgy.
They right. It's the only way they can really work together anymore, you know.
Yes. I hate to ask. Your friend. Someone obviously didn't want him to be living anymore. Was there anyone who would want that? Maybe someone he slighted in the past, you know, something that no one would know about.
I need a macro that just slams down all the perception checks for the party.
Does he just on the kind of involved with that? What color are his eyes?
Let him roll our hidden perception check first, and then he can get to his NPC generate.
I keep accidentally doing that for Sonus because I just clicked him. All right, whatever.
Sonus, your eyes keep changing.
Oh god.
They're not brown. I mean, they're kind of like they're kind of like dark green. It's a little hazel, but
Eyes are beautiful.
Does not say that in that
Okay.
is an alternate universe discussion.
is this how I
actually
roll
what
it? I don't
Devin
even know.
said.
This is gonna
Yeah.
roll not hidden. Shit. Everyone just hit it. It's fine. I don't have this set up right now.
Is that
Not
my
Sonus, I
perception
already-
check?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ludwig, you notice that he like hesitates and then he like writes, he like lifts a piece of paper and writes something down, and I think he says, shoot, what was your exact question?
Basically, did Libra have any enemies? Someone that he may have slighted in the past.
Yeah. Then there's that hesitation, and then he looks at you and he says, "No, Constance was a friendly man. Got along with everyone."
Friendly does not equal blameless. Of course, this man had some enemies, I'm sure. People always looking to rise, but something like this, it could also be very personal. You knew him best, and if he really is your friend, you do want to get to the bottom of this, right?
Yes, certainly. I've spoke to the inspector recently. I've given him all I know. As soon as I got
Yeah,
back.
we're kind of helping with that.
Oh,
Are you aware that the inspector was assaulted?
I am not. He says, kind of furrowing his brow, looking at you in surprise.
Are his brows furrowed, or is he surprised?
He looks concerned.
Oh, okay.
So furrowed and concerned, and you can be both. Surprised concern.
Where's... I need the person who's the lie detector. Eve.
I mean, I can do
Roll
it.
the deception check.
Yeah.
I think the GM has to do that for me, right?
I
In
don't.
secret?
Let me get Carol.
So I have something called Lie to Me, where I can try and determine if someone's lying to me, basically, by using a deception check instead of perception.
Oh, okay.
But I have to basically, like, have this conversation with them to, like, kind of trip them up in lies. So basically, I'll be like, well, we all have enemies. We all have secrets. Are you trying to keep one of his secrets from us? I mean, there's a lot of things my father doesn't know about me. But trust me, I'm good at keeping them. She says, giving me a wink. And I can roll my deception.
Okay. Let me
Where's
see if I can.
the-
Oh, there it is. figured out how to do
15
it,
plus?
but that's pretty good.
Heck yeah.
So I think he says, Yeah, you respond. He like looks at you and kind of his look hardens a little bit. He says, "I think his secrets will only harm your investigation here." So they kind of quickly, and it's like pretty obvious to you that he's keeping something from you intentionally.
Is the door open?
It's closed, but he does like glance at it.
I'm gonna look at him, be like, and kind of look at Ludwig and Sonus and Solus, and be like, "Can I have just a moment?"
If I come back and find a dagger in his gut.
No dagger, a rapier at best," says, giving him a wink. We're civilized people, remember?
Yes, that's fine. Perhaps you would prefer to trust the secret one-on-one. That's understandable. If you would trust hers, then you know she could let us know what we need to. She can filter towards the investigation.
And then, yeah, Ludwig will just head outside.
Okay. Solus, you also step outside?
Oh yeah, I just assume that whenever Solus has like a witty quip about like someone needing time alone, he's gone.
Okay, I see. Sonus? Okay. Alright. I think, yeah. So you guys leave, and they, shut the door. And, yeah, he watches the door close and looks at you, Eve, and, it's like,
Eve is going to literally look at him, like, her tone is going to change from, like, nice to, like, "So, I don't want any more secrets. You're not going to lie to your future emperor, are you?"
his eyes go wide.
You want me to roll a deception check on that one?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, give me 1 second. I need to find it.
Don't screw up.
Has a hero point, it's fine.
$26.
Okay. So yeah, his eyes go wide, and he's like, well, spirits protect us. And, I think he, like, looks down, and again, he, like, lifts a piece of paper and starts, like, writing something, out of sight. And he says, like, "But I stand by what I said. His secrets are mine to keep, and they won't help you here. They'll only bring harm to the investigation." And,
I highly doubt that, because, like it or not, we're trying to finish up this investigation before I take the throne.
I understand that.
There's a council member dead. And, you don't want to help us out with that? It's fine, I'm sure your seat on the council can be filled by someone with a bit more... It's a bit more generous when it comes to those who they, know to trust. Would you like me to roll an intimidation?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, 1 second. Just gonna roll 1d20, because it's also the same roll.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good, but... Or it's not great, but it's, you know...
That's solid.
He, like, stops writing. He looks up at you. Sighs. Already throwing your weight around. Fantastic. And he It's like,
I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna look and be like, I am my father's daughter. What did you expect?
I think a grin shows up on his face. And he like makes some seems like he draws some horizontal lines on the paper. And
I'm
then
gonna literally I'm gonna put my hand on his hand. Like I don't even like. He's probably trying to like write me some secret message or something, and like
Yeah.
Eve is not picking up on this, and
I think
she's gonna look at him.
Okay, go for
She's
it.
gonna like put her hand on his hand and be like, "Please, look. I swear to you, I will keep this secret. I will only say what I need to say, and if that is nothing, then so be it. I need to know what is going on here. And if that means unearthing some secrets that should be unearthed, then that's fine. I will take it to my grave, you have my word."
It's like another moment of hesitation, then he's like,
And I would really like that take it to my grave to not be all of 5 minutes after I take the throne.
understandable. Your heart is in the right place, I think. May I have my hand back?
Oh, sorry, she says, like pulling her hand back.
And yeah, he like quietly seems to have like pulled the paper from the pad, and then like he looks at it for a minute, and then he draws a big like oval around something, and then he hands it to you. Like he slides it across the desk and like sets it there for you to like pick up. I think he folds it in half first and then slides it to you. Says
Okay.
I stand by what I said.
And I'm gonna look at the paper.
I think he glares at you a little when you do. But first at the top, there's you see the word idiot, but it's been scratched out a couple of times and then circled. And then it just says like says Cassus was under Dooky's thumb. Can't talk here. And then like a little picture of the clock tower.
Eve is gonna be like, well, nighttime's kind of nice, isn't it? There should be stars out, you know. I might like to go stargazing sometime this evening.
think
Trying
he,
her best to be really subtle.
Yeah. He looks a little sad, and he's like, I used to like nights a lot more. Maybe I'll try it again, though. Stargazing.
Well then, I must be off to my friends if you truly know nothing.
I think he nods.
But can you recommend a wine? I'm thinking of going. Can you recommend like a nice wine for around midnight?
He thinks, and it's like, give the mood. Bloody Vineyard's not the best, but seems fitting. Bitter enough.
Well, I was always more a fan of, you know, the Grey Horse, the Grey Horse, you know. They have a great Cabernet. But, well, I guess this will have to do. Farewell, council member. Look forward to working with you soon.
Yes, keep yourself safe until then.
Not likely. She smiles and leaves.
Okay. Should we take a quick break?
Yeah, be
Okay.
good.
All right. I will talk to you guys in about 5 minutes then. I'm gonna grab.
Cool.
I have sushi upstairs, so I'm gonna grab that.
I'm
fucking jealous.
I'm drinking
Yeah.
some cold
You
brew right
have
now,
to
and I'm
flex.
literally shaking.
Wait, what?
I'm drinking some cold brew, and
Oh,
like it's been steeping for a couple of days,
I see.
and it's a little strong.
Wow,
I'm
you
s-
don't
I'm-
share? Okay, I see how it is.
I'm still a little jealous. Connor, what were you saying before?
Oh, I was just saying, wow, you have to flex?
Yeah, I do. I do. When it's sushi, yeah.
You're awful.
Be right back.